Hi everyone, this is James at Prague, and welcome to SOULCare, another episode of SOULCare. I don't know what episode, but another time to share, space to share. And it's Tuesday. And I think it's like the 9th of June. After a while you lose track of being locked down for so long, but I know it's there at the beginning of June. This weekend I'm getting ready for that 1440. I'm doing a weekend, Friday night, full day Saturday, and Sunday morning for Psychic Healer Medium. And it's a workshop to try to understand each different discipline. And I will bring you through different exercises and mind journeys and so forth, so you'll be able to feel which one is right for you. So that's this weekend. It's going to be intensive and a new exercise I've never done before because I've never done it before on Zoom. I usually have partners. People can partner up, but this is the first time there'll be no partners. They're going to work by themselves. So I'm going to be very creative to come up with some exercise and methods, and the Spirit's already working on it. So it'll be fun. So please join us if you'd like to at 1440. That's where you get tickets at 1440.com. And that's a lovely organization to higher learning and spiritual learning. Hello, Deanna. Hello, welcome to Jacqueline. It's 90 degrees or 92 degrees in San Diego, so it's very hot. Hi. I was all ready to work out outside. It's like, no. Hello there, Mally Sunford. Life is an episode, isn't it? Life is an episode. Blessings, Joel. Hi, Kim Ann. Good to see you again. I'm recognizing the names, which is good. Because with 900 people the other night at the Spirit Messages, so I was like, wow. And tomorrow night we're having Kelly White. We're running at 4 o'clock. For tickets for that, go on my website, bandproject.com. It's a whole evening of astrology readings and also insights, spirituality. And because of all these planets in eclipses, I should say, five eclipses in retrograde, 5 planets in retrograde, you should go tomorrow and listen and learn things from Celtic astrology. I know I will. And I'll channel spirit too. It'll be a new way of doing it, so we'll see. That's tomorrow, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And to get tickets to that, it's $19, and it's on my website, bandproject.com. And John Williams will be there. And John Williams is watching. Hi, John. Thanks, John. John has his own fan club now, which is great, because John's working very hard for years. Works with Kelly on a show every Monday. Both sides now. Yeah. Oh, great. Thanks, Liz Perez. Yeah, a lot of teachers aren't offering courses. I understand. I totally understand that. But I want to do that for people because they can't get out and they want to also still do workshops. So it'll be a first for all of us. Hi, Rachel Brown. Thank you, sweetheart. Hi, Ruda. Hi. Oh, Vera J, you caught me this time. I caught you this time. Yay. We're in. Hello from Rhinebeck, New York. Hello. How was Rhinebeck? Well, Meg, another place I used to teach, they closed for the rest of the year. So, yeah, I had to cancel that this year. It feels very strange. Hello from North Dakota, Melody. How are you? Beautiful Long Island. Very good. I think things are slowly starting to open up. I think so. I know here in California and San Diego, we're slowly opening up some restaurants and beaches. And it's slow, but it's good. It's a good, steady slowness to it. And once it's all done, people are going to say, I really missed that lockdown. Guarantee it. Hi, Veronica. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Scott. Scott Ellis. Is that the Scott Ellis, is it? I used to work with Scott Ellis in New York on Broadway. Hello from Vancouver Island. Oh, hello, Lynn Hopkins. Hello, my love. From Wales. How was Wales? Fabulous. Hi, Tammy. Tammy Hendricks is joining us. Tammy, a wonderful animal communicator. She's on my website. Hi, Tammy. Tammy, we're doing an animal communication course. I'd like you to maybe do something with me there in next month. Maybe just a little interview. I should be calling you personally. But since we're together. You know, I have to tell you guys, I don't think I did the other day. I've been cleaning out files from my closet in this whole trade of things together, and throwing out a lot of things that no longer I need. So really shredding a lot of old paperwork and documents and so forth. And I came across a file which was a psychic readings that I received, and from alternate psychics and the two mediums, but mostly psychic readings, and it was pretty wild. It was even before I started doing this work or knew anything about it. And to just give you a general, some of them are just incredible. Like you're going to write a book one day, and this person also said you're going to write a book, and they might make a movie out of it, which they did. You're going to marry twice in your life, which I did. And so you're not going to have any children. I always wanted two kids. And this lady said, the world will be your children. And I said, what does that mean? She goes, well, you'll see when you get older. And a lot of other things about House on the Beach, which I did in Laguna Beach. A lot of things were very right on in a lot of them. So interesting. Okay, I promised her that I would do a card reading. So I'm going to talk about yesterday, messages from the guides. And I'd like to take 3 cards, past, present, and future. So what I want you to do is I want you to think in your mind about a situation in your life, okay? And like a question you would ask your guides, but just keep it to yourself. One question, one circumstance. Don't do too many. Just put it in your mind. And I'm going to pick 3 cards, and that's from the past, where you come from, the present, and the future. Okay? So I'm going to shuffle while you think of the one thing they'd like answered from the guides. I haven't done this in so long. Each deck cards so different. The vibration for each is very, very different. It's people ask me my favorite one, my books. I can't give you a favorite one because they're all different, but they're all great in their own way. Many, many people have loved this deck. Okay, so think of the thing, put it out there. Okay, 1 card. Okay, that card. Future card here. Okay, past, present, future. Past is give without expectation, which means that, and that's a great one. So in the past, you look back at your life and see where you expected something from somebody, and it was unrealistic because you really got to meet people where they're at, and you can't put your stuff onto other people. So really, to have no expectations is the best thing to do. I say that also every time I do a reading on for people, because you really shouldn't have expectations. Just open up the space and let the universe work. So give without expectations. Don't give just to get something back. Give freely, unconditionally. So look in your past when you've done that, to receive something back and see if you got messed up somehow. And then when you gave freely and see what happened. Okay, that's the past. Presently. Appreciate your talents. Appreciate your talents. Put the comments to the side. Okay. Appreciate your talents. So I just want to say, as I speak to you now and this comes through, many, many times when I'm working with the spirit world and they talk to the guides come through and talk to the people in the audience, they'll say many, many times, they'll talk about that person's particular certain talents that they do have, whether they're a writer, whether they're a designer, whether they're a baker, whatever it is. And inevitably, it happens where the guide will say, do you understand about this ability to do this? Yes, like your sewing ability is incredible. Yeah, but, that's okay. Well, you did this and this when you were younger. Yes, I did. Well, these are your talents. You should embrace them and use them. And so he said, yeah, okay. But we all have these talents, and we've got to use those talents of our soul that we've perfected over lifetimes. So don't sell yourself short. And now during COVID is a good time to let your talents fly. Just like I did with the audition. Okay. Future is ha 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 ha. Ask for guidance. Ha 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 ha. Is that funny? Come on. So ask for guidance. But when I say ask for guidance, what they say is, yes, they're always available for you to ask for guidance, always. But you also have to do the work in that if you want to ask for guidance, you've got to put yourself in a space to receive the guidance and be willing to do that. And be willing to get whatever they give you, that's what it is. Don't try to make it something you want. And I want to say, be patient. Don't rush through things. So guidance, carry careful what you wish for because you'll get it. So just be sure what you want and listen to the subtle little voices, the subtle little whispers that come in. When you ask for guidance, and I wrote a book about this too, one of the easiest ways, there are many, one of the simplest ways is when you're going to ask for guidance for something, be very clear. Don't be, too many things in one thought. Be very clear. It's one thought, one thing you want guidance for. Don't give them 7,000 things in one question. Make it one, precise, very precise. And what I want you to do then is, as you send out that question to the spirit world, let's say I'm talking about guides, so to the guides, I just want you to sit quietly and work with the breath. Though, send it out with the exhalation, send it out. And then with the inhalation, just going to go, and then exhalation. And then I want you to open up the mind to like a blank slate, a blank box, an empty box. And then become aware of what they fill that box with. Listen as that box gets filled. It can be one word, it can be a vision, it can be a feeling. So that's how to do it, but don't rush it. It's very subtle, okay? I think that'll help you. That's great, guidance. That's so funny, isn't it? It's such validation. With these retrogrades, I was talking to Kelly yesterday because so many weird things have happened to me, and I'm sure it must happen to you because the retrogrades means return and slow down and stable and things don't go as fast, but old stuff comes to the surface. Saturn is in retrograde. Saturn is the past. Saturn is a taskmaster. It's lessons that we have to learn or we haven't learned. It's stuff from our past. So last week I was talking to a friend of mine and my housemate, and same talk. Was saying, I wish I had that house in Palm Springs. I had a beautiful house in Palm Springs. Gosh, that would be nice to have that house. I gave it up in 2013. Oh, that'd be such nice to have that. So it was just a thought in passing. Yesterday, a friend of mine from Palm Springs sends me a text and swear to you, says, "Isn't just your old house? It's for sale again." Like, what? And I looked at the photos, and they haven't changed a thing. Since 2013, I designed the whole inside, and the paint, the furniture, the rug, the cushions on the couch, everything is exactly the same. I'm like, this is so strange. So it's like your past comes back to the present. So look and see how many that's happening to you, because it happens a lot. Okay, let's put the comments back on. Here we go. Hi, Candace. Hi, sweetheart. Facial hair looks good. Thank you. My beard is starting to come in, which is great. I also wanted to tell you today, remember yesterday I said that I'd like to show you pictures from the spirit world, spirit photography, which is something rare, and I have a collection of them to show you. I'm having a great day, thank you. Better now that I'm talking to you guys. So as I was looking for my book on spirit photography, another book fell off the shelf, which it does, and this is a book that was out of print, and I read this book probably back in 1992, out of print, and it was such an incredible book. It's called The Boy Who Saw True. And I can't recommend that highly. It's about a little boy who's, like all of us as children, see purely. He tells the parents, I see this man at night. He comes to my bed, describes the man. The man comes through and describes things in the life that's going to happen. And, well, it's communication with spirit. And we find out later on, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's someone that he knows. But it's about the genuine realness, the purity of a child, and not to dirty that, not to throw our own adult thoughts in there when the children, it's pure. So The Boy Who Saw True, it's true. Big book. They put this back in circulation when I started telling people about it all the time on my website. The publisher brought it back in a new publisher, and they printed it again. I was going to make it a movie, actually. I was going to make that a movie, but I think Ghost was going to stay. Okay. All right, so talking to the spirit world, many, many years they've had a psychic photography. You've probably heard of that. And and many times, and I'm sure many of you have done psychic photography, little orbs many times. That's spirit energy. That's many spirits can be in one orb. It's very interesting because people say, well, look at this photo, and all these vapors or people's faces. The thing you have to realize is when you take that picture, when it appears, you're the medium. So the manifestation of that, the photography, is actually the energy of the medium who's taking that picture. So that's something you should know. Okay. This is Lady and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, which I believe would be 1886. He was very much into investigating spiritualism. And of course, Sherlock Holmes, he wrote that. So this is spirit photography. He's at a meeting, I think, of a psychic science event. You see that? If you can. Vapors. The better ones. Oh, okay, the one down here, I'll grab, this is a good one. Taken in my room with my own camera and plate by Dr. Eagleton. And this is December 9th, 1886. And this is legitimate. Well, I don't know if it's legitimate, so I'm not going to say that. So, this is a lady who supposedly has ectoplasm coming out of her mouth. And that's a spirit behind her. I don't necessarily believe that's true. I'm not sure. It looks too good. So, I'm not sure about that one. I don't think so. But there's some really incredible ones, which oh, this is very famous. Very, very famous spirit photography. It's a photograph of President Lincoln when his widow, she had a portrait of her taken, and he showed up behind her. This is very famous. They're very into spiritualism. Look at Abe. That's legitimate. Yep. Okay, let's see. They were very popular in late 1800s, early 1900s. Spirit photography was very popular, as were parlors, seances, and so forth. Some of them were giving out these psychic photography very, very quickly. And there were a lot of frauds. And now this is obviously a fraud, because look at how the expert of the spirit, come on, that's in too much detail. I'll show you one that's real. This is real, this one over here. As well known as well, Mr. Patch with the spirit photography of his mother. And that's very true. I mean, that's very real. Isn't that wild? Orbs, nature. Yeah, it's great pictures of nature is very good. Pictures of nature. Many times you'll take a photograph and there'll be energy around somebody, and then you find out like 2 months later that person might pass over, or that happens all the time too. But sometimes you look at somebody, and it's happened to me twice. They have a mask, death mask. Have you ever seen that? It's like this. It's a death mask. It's like just a hollow face. It's like a marble face on top of there. It's like a mask. It doesn't move. I saw that twice. And I was with my friend Jordy the second time I saw one, and we're visiting our friend in Laguna Beach. And she came down the stairs, and her name's Violet, and she came down the stairs, and I look up and I see the death mask on. I'm like, I didn't say anything. And Jordy and I were walking back to my home, and the first thing Jordy said to me was, "Did you see the death mask on her?" I'm like, "I did." "Did you see it?" "Yes." She died 2 weeks later. And the first time I saw one was, I went to visit my brother-in-law back in the early 90s, or early 2000s in New York. And I walked into this bar, I think where he was, getting lunch. And I asked my brother, "Where is he? Where's his brother?" He goes, "He's right there, sitting right there." And I looked over and he had a death mask on him. And I ran out of the bar screaming. And my brother came up after me and goes, "What's the matter with you? What's the matter?" So he has a death mask. And he died a month later. So that does happen. Okay, I want to make sure some of these are like, no. Physical phenomena, tipping a table, this is very real. This one is very real. I used to tilt tables. I used to walk out of the room. This is very real. All right. Physical phenomena, people don't do it as much now because they're too quick, too fast. Now, ectoplasm is a substance that's within the medium's body. They say it's made of different cellular debris, if you will. People have often described it as like a cheesecloth. Everybody has ectoplasm, but mediums have more of it than most. And it usually comes out of the medium's belly button, mouth, ears, or nose, orifices. And when you sit for a long time, development in physical mediumship, the ectoplasm will actually come out and form a voice box or a spirit. I sit with Leslie Flint, who was a physical medium who had a voice box, the artificial voice box appear. And it was amazing. And my mother spoke through it. Incredible. This is a lady right here, another medium. And this is Mrs. Henderson, medium. That's ectoplasm coming out of her belly. Now, sometimes you'll see that, and it'll be a face of their relative. It's rare now, because the times we're living in now, everything's so quick and frenetic. In past days, it was quiet. You'd have dinner, sit by the radio and listen to the radio, and sit among the fire be playing and on, and sit with the colors of the ambers. This is also very, oh, this is a good one. This is a rare photo. This is a very, I checked this out, this is legitimate. So you've heard of wrappings and tables, spirit wrappings, 1 yes, 2 no. Someone actually caught the wrappings going on. This is real. Look at the hands and the arms, the bottom of the table. Isn't that wild? And that one's real. I've checked them all out. Okay, I'm just getting a comment here from Jennifer. When you were in the hospital, you saw your dad. I assume your dad had passed over, yeah? Yeah. He looked as real? Oh, well, he was real. Good, just to let you know he's around you. When I used to work at a hospital, I used to go up to the 6th floor of the AIDS unit when they first started that unit and deliver things. And I remember I used to see, say a group of beings, spirits. It looked like doctors and nurses, but I knew they were spirit. A group, a committee. They'd go from one room and then to another room. So it was like regular doctors would do that. And whenever I'd see them, about 2 hours later, the patient would pass. So they were kind of getting the transition ready. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so that's it. If there's one more, let's see. Okay. So when you think, remember, thoughts are things, right? Thoughts are things. So when you think, for instance, I'm going to think of a burst of light, and I'm going to build this circle of light. Build it with your mind. Now, you can't see that necessarily, but sometimes a photographer, a psychic photographer can capture that. And this is just the thing, the capturing. And this is Mrs. E. Boulder. And this is her thinking of creating a light. So that's her thinking of a ball of light. And a minute later, there it is. So this is called, there are a lot more, but too many more to I could have time for today, but it's called Photographing the Spirit World. Cyril Promote. And I think it's one of the best books out there in photography of the spirit world. I could probably say it's the top 2 books. And I've researched many, and it's well done. So you can get that on Amazon probably. Okay. So that's it, my friends. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, what would you like to do tomorrow? What book is that? It's called Photographing the Spirit World by Cyril, Cyril, Permutt, Permutt. Yes, Tammy, they do have the ability to break the component, yes. You've heard of EVP, electronic voice phenomena. There's also, they can come in television waves and images. It's been done. Research has been done with that, so you can go online and find it. That would be Victor Zamet, the lawyer for the afterlife. He probably has a lot on his website about that. So it's called Lawyer for the Afterlife, Victor Zamet. But you'll be able to find that. Just say spirit photography on television. You'll get something. It's amazing nowadays. You'll be able to get that. When I first started, there were computers, so there you go. Name of the book. Okay. Photographing the Spirit World. Okay. Good book. And the other one is called The Boy Who Saw True. 444, angels are around us. Really cool pictures, and a whole bunch more too. Are you seeing more death mass since COVID? Nope, I haven't. I've been out of the house. I've been in lockdowns. I haven't been out. But no, I haven't. I see a lot of, as you have too, and then, we first watch television because it's a whole thing going, we want information, and the hysteria from the news media, and it was just too much, I think. I think it was too much. I think it was overdone. I really do. I know it involves death. But, I don't know regarding the regular flu and colds, and I don't know if it's blown out of proportion. I don't know. I'm not a medical person, but it just seemed a lot of hysteria. I think it's calming down. And now after the whole riots with George Floyd thing, I always think that poor man is what I think. I didn't want any of this to happen. I'm glad they remembered me, and I hope that there's a movement that's done for human rights. But I certainly don't want him to, be upset about any violence that happened. He's probably a very kind soul. All right. Thank you, everybody. Lots of love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.